Okay, can y'all hear me this way, maybe? This is crazy. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, now y'all can hear me. Okay, cool, cool, cool. That's weird. I'm talking to y'all directly through my, not my mic for some odd reason. That's weird. Anyway, welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I apologize about that. Listen, please make sure you hit that like button as you come on up in the room. We are here to discuss the case of Rasheem Carter as well as for Shanquilla Robinson. Okay, so first of all, again, it's your boy Chef Don. You guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are not already subscribed, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss nothing. All right. So let's get into it. Let's get into it because I don't want to can't be too long because there's so much going on everywhere. Child, so much going on everywhere. Hold on, let me delete this one. Okay. All right, so we are going to get into a couple of things. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to go ahead and discuss Shanquilla Robinson. Shanquilla Robinson's family is now being represented by Attorney Ben Crump, and so with that being said, they have written a letter to the president, okay, the president of the United States, Joe Biden, okay, and a couple of other peoples and a couple of other people, not peoples, in regards to this case to make sure that this case gets light, okay. So we're going to get into a quick article that was reported by the Charlotte Observer as well as the New York Post. Because I'm loving seeing that these people are picking this thing up, okay? But listen, we gonna keep on fighting until both of these individuals get the justice that they absolutely deserve. There's absolutely no reason why we can't keep fighting. So give me just a second here. And again, welcome to everybody that is coming in. You guys, make sure that you bang that like button, okay? Make sure that you bang that like button. Um, okay, so here is no. This is weird. I have no clue what's going on with my audio, but however, we here. I'm about to share my screen. Okay, let's see here. Let's get this added. All right. So this is coming from the New York Post. We're going to go ahead and catch it from the New York Post. The Charlotte Observer, we're talking about me needing to pay $1. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So let's get into it. So this is not, yeah, this is it. Okay, so Shanquilla's family begs for Biden to intervene into the death of Shanquilla Robinson. So it says the family of Shanquilla Robinson, the North Carolina woman who died in Mexico last fall, has claimed her friend is wanted by authorities. There is a to her mysterious death. Okay, now it goes on to say that they have called on President Biden to extradite the pal. Not that they called the friend a pal. Now, Robinson's family penned the missive Monday to Biden, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, and other diplomatic officials, asking them to intervene into the investigation into her October the 29th death while on a trip to San Jose del Cabo with friends. Now, the president or the Secretary of State must step in and ask for the extradition of the suspect to prosecute the case statewide. The letter from the family's attorney said, okay, now I want to get into the letter here really quick. Hold on one second because I have it. Uh, hold on. Um, So the letter is actually available to the public. However, we're going to get into it here. So I found it on a different website. Hold on one second, because I have it. And I want you to continue to keep on downloading this. I ain't fit to download none of that. I just want to read the letter. LaTocha is doing the most. It's doing the absolute most. So let's get back into this. So it says the Mexican government issued an arrest warrant for an unnamed American citizen who was the direct aggressor in the video taken of Robinson being brutally beaten before she was found dead at the villa she was sharing with friends. Now, it also goes on to say that, oh my gosh, how about the upset, man? Hold on, y'all. You know, why you got to do all of this to get into Adobe? Okay, let's see here. Give me just a few seconds. Get this code, and then we're going to get started. 125.137. 125.137. Use update password. Update password. Continue. All of this, y'all, just to get this letter. My goodness. Okay. Here we go. 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 Let's read this letter. Now, this letter is uh, sent to President Biden and Secretary Blinken. Okay. So it says the death of American citizen Shanquilla Robinson in Mexico. On behalf of the family of Shanquilla Robinson, we write the request to immediately diplomatic intervention from the United States government in its transnational criminal case. Now, the case involves the death of Shanquilla Robinson, a 25-year-old bright entrepreneur and American citizen. Shanquilla traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico on October the 28th, 2022, and was reported dead in the luxury villa in Cabo on October the 29th of 2022. Now, her six travel mates returned to the United States the very next day. Three of the six travel mates and they don't actually have their names listed, but it says that they would transport Shanquilla's luggage from Mexico to her mother's home in Charlotte, North Carolina. They would give their condolences and inform Miss Robinson that Shanquilla passed away from alcohol poisoning. So did they really give their condolences? Because that's not what they give me. But you know, that's not here nor there. And hello to everyone that is coming in. I'm paying attention to a different screen, so I can't really see you guys. But thank you for being here. Now, on November the 16th of 2022, one of the travel mates shared a video from a cell phone camera around the campus of Winston-Salem University, the college that Shanquilla Robinson attended. The video shows Shanquilla being beaten in the villa while naked by one of her six travel mates, who was identified by a witness as, and then of course they didn't name her specifically right here, but I think further down they do name her. So it says, an autopsy report prepared on October the 30th in 2022 in Mexico by medical examiner Renee, and I'm not going to try to say her last name because she got about 25 of them, noted that Shanquilla's body had a head injury and included that Shanquilla's cause of death was from a broken neck injury. It goes on to also say that after the video of the beating of Shanquilla Robinson surfaced online, the Attorney General's Office of Baja California Sur initiated a criminal investigation. As a result of the investigation, a warrant was issued for, and again, they don't name the actual person, they just say redacted, okay? And so it says by Mexican law enforcement. One of the six travel mates who fled to the United States after Shanquilla was pronounced dead, and of course they're not going to name it, was identified as the perpetrator of the femicide against Shanquilla Robinson, a homicide based on gender. Okay, it goes on to also say that the United States citizens commits homicide in Mexico and returns back to the United States. As you are aware, they can face criminal charges in the United States under federal law and state law, depending on the circumstances of the crime. Now, federal charges are brought in cases where the crime involves interstate commerce to federal law enforcement agencies. Now, we know in a transnational case where evidence was possibly transported and on the persons of interest communicated with each other via cell phone, federal charges could be brought against those responsible for Shanquilla's death. So it's basically just letting them know, like, hey, at this particular point, we know who the aggressor is, but there were also five other people who were there, and at this particular point, criminal charges need to be brought up on all of them. Okay, but make sure you get the aggressor. But again, that's basically what they're saying. So it says, under federal law, the most likely charge that could be brought against someone primarily responsible would be a violation, and then of course it gives the U.S. codes, which covers manslaughter and involuntary manslaughter. If the individual's actions meet the requirements of unaliving under federal law, they could also be charged with the violation of, and then it gives another U.S. number, I guess, for that particular crime. So it says federal charges that could be brought against co-conspirators to the homicide include conspiracy to commit unaliving, aiding, and abetting. Now, y'all, I find that piece to be very interesting because, again, these parents, these cousins, these friends, they know exactly where these people are and they know exactly what took place. What are y'all doing? Y'all just gonna keep them without turning them in, without taking them to the proper people to talk to? Like, yo, this is crazy. Um, Okay, so for committed unaliving, aiding and abetting an accessory after the fact, okay, of obstruction of justice, meaning they came back and traveled back to the United States. As you all, sorry, I lost my place. This writing is so small. As you are also, of course, aware that the transnational criminal cases can be complex and challenging to resolve, especially when they involve individuals and entities in different countries. We understand each country has laws over its own citizens and that each country has its own legal systems which can create issues. Now, we also understand that there is protocol for the resolution of the transnational crimes. Now, despite reaching out to authorities who are tasked with being the family's guide, being the family's guide, in this case, hold on, y'all, this writing is so small. And for whatever reason, this is a PDF Adobe file, and I cannot zoom in. I can't click on nothing. I can't do nothing. They said what you're not about to do is mess with this hand letter. Oh, child. Okay, so it says, made me lose my place. While on fact finding missions on behalf of the family, attorney Sue Ann Robinson was advised by a member of the United States Corps in Mexico that if the family was seeking information about the case, perhaps the family should reach out at large travel made. So basically saying that they need to reach out to the people who traveled with Shanquilla. They didn't already try to do all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not doing anything. But this is what Mexico, this is what they told Miss Sue Ann Robinson. Please understand that Miss Sue Ann Robinson is not related to Shanquilla Robinson or the Robinson family at all, for that matter. So they're basically saying that what they told her when she went and traveled to Mexico to get more evidence to try to figure out what exactly was going on, they told her that if the family wanted more information, what they would have to do is go to the friends that Shanquilla traveled with and ask them. So that already lets you know that, yo, what are y'all really doing? It seems like nothing. Okay, so now certainly this is unacceptable response to share with an American family in regards to their daughter's unaliving. Given the nature and scope of this case, we believe that the diplomatic intervention from the U.S. government could help facilitate the necessary cooperation and coordination between the involved parties to ensure that justice is served timely. Now that the accused and that the accused are tried under the appropriate legal system and the extradition is possible. Okay, and so it gives a lot of, I guess, what the United States codes and stuff mean. Some of them mean, but it says the United States can follow the extradition protocol and turn over the individuals or individuals responsible for Shanquilla's death to Mexican authorities. Okay, so it says alternatively, U.S. federal law enforcement agencies can request concurrent jurisdiction with Mexican law enforcement agencies, which would permit U.S. prosecutors to bring the case to the United States as it involves parties that are United States citizens. And so it says, we have just witnessed what a swift response from Mexican and the U.S. law enforcement agencies looked like in the kidnapping case of the group of U.S. citizens just last week. Okay, both scenarios are requesting on behalf of Shanquilla Robinson's family to require a high level of swift diplomatic intervention. My client recognizes that the U.S. government has many priorities and responsibilities, but believe that intervening in this case would not only serve the interests of justice, but also send a clear message that transnational criminal activities will not be tolerated. Thank you for your attention to this matter, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely, Benjamin Crump and Sue Ann Robinson, Esquire. Okay, so again, that was the letter to President Biden and anyone involved in the actual case. Okay, so it looks like we listen. I'm gonna keep the faith. I'm gonna keep the faith that we get the justice that this young lady deserves. She was brutally beaten, and your own friend didn't stop it. Y'all, it's sick, it's ill, and I just again at this particular point don't really understand what the holdup is at this point. Like, really, we got to do something. This happened October the 29th. Although we really didn't get a hold of it until the first week of November. But at this particular point, again, this family, they deserve justice. They deserve answers. They deserve all of that. And so I'm gonna keep on saying justice for Shanquilla Robinson, and we're gonna keep on talking about it until justice is served. While you guys know that really care for I don't really care for being Crump, because I do feel like he is a ambulance chaser, and he's actually representing both families that we're going to be talking about today. That's Shanquilla Robinson's family and Rasheem Carter's family as well. I can't with him. I'm just hoping that he does what's right in this case. Like, please just do what's right. We need you to do what's right in this, and stop looking for a coin and all of that kind of stuff. From what I understand, from let me read this thing. Hold on, real quick, because from what I understand, I think that they do still have a GoFundMe up for Shanquilla, but the GoFundMe at this particular point is to help with legal fees, because Ben Crump ain't no cheap. He ain't cheap, child. He is not cheap. And so it's going to be quite interesting. Let me speak to y'all that's coming in here. It don't feel right not speaking to the fam. What's going on, Too Feisty? What's going on, Veronica? What's going on, Nola Reeds? What's going on, Simply Elegant One? What's going on, Karen? What's going on, Sharice? What's going on, is it Suanna? What's going on, Aunt Natty? What's going on, Jamie? What's going on, Chris Lynn? Hey, friend. What's going on, Jeremy? What's up, friend? What's up, friend? What's going on, Francine? What's up, everybody? What's going on, Bernita? What's going on, Keisha? What's going on, Miami Gardens? What's going on, Leslie? Um, yeah, you're right. Ain't no lawyer cheat. What's going on, Joyce? Welcome back. Welcome back? What's going on, Just Simply? Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Those of you who were in here earlier, welcome back. So yeah, that's what's going on with Shaquilla Robinson. Now, from what I'm understanding too, I'm gonna watch. Pam Esquire, the law intellect. She's been keeping up with this case, but I'm gonna watch her. I think she has a live scheduled for, I think, in about 30 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But she has a live schedule where she's gonna be discussing one of the interviews that was done. I don't know who exactly the interview was done with, but there was an interview done where they're talking about the Dejanay Jackson girl. If you don't know who the Dejanay Jackson girl is, she is the girl that allegedly put her paws and tried to fight, or not tried to fight, but fought and beat Shanquilla to death. Okay, so I again just want justice to be served. She deserves justice. She deserves justice, and so does Rasheem Carter. And what I'm getting ready to tell y'all about this Rasheem Carter case and show you guys is a whole nother it's a whole nother deal. Whole nother deal. Um I think this will be I probably gonna have to look back at the beginning of the video to figure out when the audio was working, because I am gonna splice these videos up. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because of the fact that, again, I need we need people to see this. You can call it what you want to, but we're going to continue to hashtag their name. And I want everybody to watch these videos, because I just, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, where we were talking about Rasheem Carter. And I told you guys the very first original video that I done on him set at like 300 and something views for a very long time. When I looked yesterday, it was sitting at 1.4K views, and today it's almost at 2K views. So it means that people are watching and people are putting in these hashtags into YouTube to watch these videos. And look, we can get on your nerves all you want us to, but we're going to keep on hollering their name, period. Period, period, period. Okay. All right. So let's get into the Rasheem Carter case. Can one of the mods be sure to get the timestamp for me when once I get done putting this on the screen? Please, please, please. It will be wonderful if you could do that for me. Okay. Let's see. Rasheem. Yesterday, well, that wasn't yesterday. That was today. I was actually on Twitter, and I follow some of his family members on Twitter. And I want to say this is originally how I heard about this story, was on Twitter. And at the particular time, the family wasn't getting they weren't getting anything. Like, nobody was picking it up. Nobody said anything. And honestly, had you went online and just Googled this, the only thing that would pop up was my video, and then Gerald from the NCB finally did an article. I think maybe about a week or two after I had put that video out, he done an article, and those were the only two things that were popping up when you Googled his name. Oh, and then like another article from somewhere local, but it was like a local black organization that was covering the story. Okay, so okay, well, we 30 minutes into the video, so let's go ahead and get into Rasheem Carter's case. And I'm gonna be picking this one up from NBC News. NBC News. We got ABC News, The Insider, The Daily Beast, BBC, the NBC. They are all reporting on this, and I am happy about it. Okay. So we all know what happened to Rasheem Carter, but we're about to read a couple more details, because there are some other things that are coming out in regards to this. So no, Rasheem Carter was unalived in Taylorsville, Mississippi. You know, one of them, what you call a town, a racist town. What you call that? A little small racist town. What are they calling it? I can't. It's I can't think. What is it called? A sundown town. Is that what it's called, or did I make that up? I probably made that up. I probably most definitely made that up. Okay, so let's get into this here really quick. So it says the family of a black man who was found dead in Mississippi after he warned his mother that he was being chased by white men hurling racial slurs, demanding a federal investigation Monday after local authorities said they had no reason to suspect foul play in the man's death. Now, this irritates my soul. And the reason why it irritates my soul for sure is because, again, y'all say no foul play, but this man's, and sorry that this is going to sound a little graphic, but this man's skull was was dismembered from the rest of his body. The rest of his body was in random spots in the woods. Like, this is crazy. So again, this morning, I'll show you guys the picture. It's not the picture of the skull or anything. He's still actually alive, but you can actually see him running from someone. So I'll show that in just a moment. But let's get into the story for those that don't know exactly what happened. So Rasheem Carter, 25, was reported missing on October the 2nd after his mother said that he had sought out help from the police, um, and he frantically called her to say that white men in three trucks were pursuing him. Okay, and that was the last day that the Carter family ever heard from him again. Now, on November the 2nd, authorities said that they found his remains in a wooded area south of Taylorsville, Mississippi. In a statement on Facebook a day later, the Smith County Sheriff's Department said that they had no reason to believe that foul play was involved, though the case was under investigation. This is Rasheem Carter. Justice for Rasheem Carter. We gonna keep on fighting. Now, on Monday, Carter's loved ones, and their attorney Ben Crump slammed local authorities for stonewalling them for more than 4 months, and for the initial determination saying that they believe that Carter was the victim of a brutal hate crime. Now, I want to stop it right there. Um, I don't know if they're going to get too deep into the story, but when this man cried out for help, when he cried out for help, he went down to the police station. He went down to the police station and he was literally on the phone with his mom when she told him to go to the police station after he said that those white men were following him. When he went down to the police station, he needed something to charge his phone. So he asked for two things. The first thing that he asked for was a ride back to his hotel room, which was about 29 to 30 minutes away. Okay, that was the first thing. The second thing that he asked for at that same time frame was a charger to charge his phone. I don't know what type of phone that he specifically had, but I do know that they stated that they did none of them that worked at that police station had any chargers for him, which is weird to me. It's definitely weird to me. So I just wanted to kind of put that in there so we'll know about that. Now, this was a nefarious act. This was an evil act, Crump said at a news conference. Somebody unalive Rasheem Carter, and we cannot let this get away. We cannot let them get away with this. Now, Crump urged the Justice Department on Monday to take over the investigation as a civil rights case, as he revealed photographs of Carter's skeletal remains, including his skull and some vertebrae. Okay. It also says that this was not a natural death. Crump said this represents a young man who was unalived. Now, Crump told reporters believes that he believes. Um, wait a minute. Okay, Crump told reporters that he believes Carter's head was severed from his body and that his spinal cord was found in another location away from his head. There is nothing natural about this. It screams out for justice, Crump said. What we have is a Mississippi lynching. Now, Carter's front teeth were missing from the top and the bottom row, which Carter's family could indicate that he was assaulted before he died. Okay, it's unclear. It is unclear what prompted authorities to search the wooded area or what led them to determine initially that foul play was not suspected. The Smith County Sheriff's Department did not reply to the request for comments. Now, the Laurel Police Department, now Laurel was the place where he was staying, um, is where he was staying for his work assignment. So he was on a work assignment in Taylorsville, but he was staying in Laurel. Okay, and if anyone asks, the way that he got back and forth to work was through coworkers. He got back and forth to work through coworkers. Um, okay, so let me get back into this. Now, the Laurel Police Department, which put out Carter's missing persons report, worked on the case early on after Carter's family asked for assistance. Chief Tommy Cox told NBC News. But Cox said that Carter had not contacted his department for help before he went missing, and that the Laurel Police Department handed its investigation over to Smith County once it was clear it was outside of its jurisdiction. And I think that that's what the Taylorsville police was telling him, that they could not give him or provide him a ride to Laurel because it was outside of the jurisdiction. Child. So it goes on to say that Cox said his department pulled some phone records and may have interviewed some of Carter's co-workers, but he declined to elaborate further. Hmm, isn't that a little strange? We tried to put ourselves in their shoes. It didn't hurt us to do a bit of work on it, Cox said. We did what we considered to be the right thing. And then when it became obvious what jurisdiction would be led, we turned it over to them. Now, the Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, which is assisting the sheriff in its probe, said that Carter's autopsy was completed on February the 2nd. Y'all, this man died in November. This man died, I'm sorry, he was dismembered back in November, but declined to comment further, citing that it's an open and ongoing investigation. Now, the FBI is not currently involved in this case. Did y'all hear what I just said? The FBI is not currently involved in this case. An agency spokesperson said 3 members of the Carter family said authorities told them wild animals may have torn his body parts up. This is a lot, y'all. It's a lot. I understand. I'm gonna calm down just a little bit. Just a little bit. We're gonna pause for just a little bit. But what I will say in regards to this is we're speaking now. The family was trying to do a lot of protest, and they would actually take their sheriff's cars. And if it's a sundown town, there's probably only a few highways, a few roads, maybe that lead up to the actual police department, right? Now, in this small town, they're getting ready to do protests, not bothering anybody, peaceful protesting. They would take their sheriff cars and their police cars to block them from protesting, literally block them from marching. They couldn't march. The family couldn't march. The family has not been able to do anything. Not only that, they also wrote with chalk on the pavement of the ground that says "Justice for Rasheem Carter." The sheriff's the chief of police in Taylorsville called a fire truck, had a fire truck to come out so that they can spray off of the pavement "Justice for Rasheem Carter." It really, like, really, honestly, no foul play, really. And these people are consistently trying to cover up what they've done. This is not okay. This is absolutely not okay. Um, so let's get further into this. Now, he was in so many different pieces. Said, oh my God, says Miss Anderson, a cousin to Carter's mother, Tiffany Carter. They they want to tell us. They wanted to tell us that he went there and fell dead, and the animals were feeding off of him. That's what they told them. But Carter's mother said that her son was lucid about the threats he received during their final calls, the final phone calls, and that he was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol and had no history of mental illness. So they're trying to cancel out the probability that he unalived himself. That's what that means. So it goes on to say that she had doubts that her son's death was an accident even before she saw where his remains were found. When I went on the scene, the Holy Spirit hit me and said, "This is foul play," she said. I knew then somebody had done something to him. Carter, a welder for Fayette, Mississippi, was in Taylorsville, about 100 miles away from home. Now, okay, so let's not get it confused. Fayette is where he's actually from and where his mother lives. Okay, that's 100 miles away from Taylorsville. But Laurel, Mississippi, is where he was staying on his work contract. Okay, so I don't want to confuse anybody there. Now, Laurel was 30 minutes away from Taylorsville, and then 100 miles away from Fayette. Okay. About 100 miles away from home, working on a short term contracting gig. Now, his mother said that he was saving money to reopen his seafood restaurant, which closed during the pandemic and which was named after his 7-year-old daughter. Uh, is it Khalid? Khalid? That was his goal, she said. That was why he went back out to work. But while he was on the job site in October, Carter had a disagreement with one of his coworkers and fled. Fearing for his life, his mother said. He said, "I got these men trying to unalive me," Carter's mom recalled him saying. She advised Carter to go to the nearest police station for help, but eventually lost contact with him. Now, Carter's family and friends led their own search parties until his remains were discovered. I never imagined going on and living without my child, Tiffany Carter said. When I lost my son, I lost a part of me. Carter's loved ones said that he worked hard to provide for his daughter and paid for her private school tuition and made his friends and family proud. He kept all of his promises, Khalid's mother, Justice White, said. He called every day. They stayed on the phone for hours like teenagers. Every day she brings him up. Oh God, I can only imagine. Oh, Tiffany Carter pledged to continue fighting for answers. They thought this was going to be a child no one cared anything about, she said. They're clearly mistaken because he was somebody. Man, man. Like, this is could you imagine? Could you really imagine? This is crazy. This is so crazy. I want justice for this family, because again, I could only imagine. I literally can only imagine. So again, justice for Rasheen Carter. Now I want to show you guys something here really quick. Um, okay, so that was from the news station. So let me go here and I want to show you guys this photo. Again, the photo is not it's not like a bad photo. Um, let's see. Okay, so I don't know if you, oh well, you guys can't see it yet. Here we go. Okay, so this is Rasheem Carter clearly running. You guys see the date and the time on that? This is dated and time stamped. This is dated and time stamped. It's dated for October the 2nd of 2022 at 4:32 p.m. And you can clearly see him running for his life. Now, from what I understand, per the family is saying that the police department and people around, I mean, if it's a sundown town and it ain't full of nothing but white folks, unfortunately, they probably won't all ride together, and they're not giving them any surveillance footage. They're not wanting to turn over any photos. They're not wanting to turn over any of this stuff. And even if anyone locally has turned it over to the police department is who is hiding this stuff. And it just really, really upsets me because, again, y'all are saying no foul play. How is there no foul play? This man's skull and the rest of his body was found in other places, but there was no foul play. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. So, going back to this post here, shout out to the celebrities that are now posting this. I did see Cardi B posted it. I saw there were some other people who posted it and said, exactly what happened to him was wrong. It was foul. But I had the woman in the comments. A woman in the comments say, so he cut himself up. Girl, are you dumb as you stupid? How in the world can he cut his own self up like that? There you go, Leslie. There you go. You said it. You said it. You said it. You said it. We ain't got justice for Emmett Till, but this is almost like an Emmett Till, like a whole nother situation that is upon us. Yeah, T Good. It just, yeah, all of these people are working together. Not to mention, and see, I haven't seen many articles mention this, but when the story first came out, it was also alleged that he had went over to the Family Dollar or the Dollar General, and he was in there to protect himself. He was trying to be in there to protect himself, but I guess he bought a little something, and when he got ready to check out, the clerk was on the phone, and the clerk made it sound like she was talking about him because she stated that, oh yeah, he's in here right now. He's in here right now. They're trying to say that it was the police department, but to me, it gives the fact it could have been the police department. They all working together. They all working together, and they was working with that clerk that worked at the dollar store. But he was trying to go places to protect himself. And this is what happened to him. All about a disagreement. And of course, people are going to have their theories. They're going to say what they want to say how they feel. But at the end of the day, this is things that happen that are going unnoticed because I'm knowing that this is happening a lot, unfortunately, in the state of Mississippi and Alabama as well. Okay, because I do have another story that we're going to get into. I don't know exactly when we're going to get into it, but we're going to get into this other story, and it's even worse. Okay, it's even worse. So again, y'all, both of these stories, both of these families absolutely deserve justice. They absolutely deserve justice. Um, both of the situations are horrible. Both of these people were brutally unalived. And again, I'm gonna keep on talking about it. There was this white man, and Simply Elegant One knows exactly what I'm talking about because we were going back and forth with this man. But there was this white man, and I'm gonna keep it a book. He had commented on the video that I have of Rasheem Carter. Now, what I have noticed is that he has now since then deleted the comments. But he would, and I really wish I had a screenshot of the comments, and I probably do, but I got too many screenshots on my phone. He basically was saying something like, the mom is lying, I know him, the mom had something to do with it, and all kind of stuff to try to take the heat off of himself and his homeboys over there. That's what he was trying to do. But no, we see you for who you are. We see you exactly for who you are. Simply Elegant One called him out and told him, oh, we most definitely, definitely, definitely think that you had something to do with it, because you know absolutely too much. And not only that, you're saying that the mother had something to do with it. Come on now, bro. Come on now, bro. Everything leading back to y'all, to the Taylorsville Police Department. They're literally out here trying to get answers, protesting, and y'all literally have the nerve to block them with your sheriff cars, with your police cars, so that they can't do it. And they have made all kind of threats to this family. All kind of threats to this family. Because y'all think y'all run the city. But baby, don't stop until justice is served. Don't stop until justice is absolutely served. Oh yeah. So this was Cardi B's original post. She said the details of Rasheem Carter's unaliving is inhumane and so gruesome. Actions and awareness needs to be taken. Please read up on his story. So I just appreciate celebrities for being able to pick this stuff up. Unfortunately, so this is him, and that was his remains that were found. I won't leave it on the screen too long. This is just the story of what actually happened. But again, I mean, we're they really want these people to give up, and I hope and pray that they don't. I hope and pray that they don't. Like, keep on fighting. I know it could be rough, it could be hard, especially when someone leaves your life, that you need answers, you need justice, like, you need these things. So again, I'm praying for the best for this family, because at the end of the day, I know the mom just wants closure. You just want closure after something like this happens. You want closure. And you also want justice, and the people who did this to him deserve to be up under the jail and behind bars. Period. That just is what it is. I again, I'm. It's like really crazy just to see how all of this stuff is playing out. So listen, if you guys are on Twitter, if you are on Instagram, I ask, listen, this may be a lot and it may be a stretch to ask from some of y'all, but I'm going to ask, okay? If you guys do not mind taking my thumbnail that I posted, I also posted it on my community wall. If you guys can take that thumbnail, head over to your Twitter or your Instagram and post it to your story with the link to this video, that would be absolutely amazing and great. Because again, what we're going to do, we're going to keep on fighting until we get the justice that this family absolutely deserves. And I'm going to keep on working hard. You can call it what you want to, but Chef is going to be working hard and the crazy thing is too, I also spoke with his family, spoke with his mother. Like, it has been a long journey over these last few months, but I need y'all's help. Please help your boy out by doing that, so that people can see exactly what is going on. Listen, if you don't feel comfortable sharing this link, go head over to the neighborhood talk, to the shade room. They both have posted it. Please repost it. Hashtag justice for Rasheem Carter. What would you do? What would you do if this was your family member? What would you want to see? Right. You would want to see justice. So let's do whatever we can so that these families can receive the justice that they absolutely deserve. And y'all know, one I'm gonna keep on talking about is Shanquella Robinson. We're not gonna stop talking about Shanquella. Absolutely, we're absolutely not gonna stop talking about Shanquella. And justice has to be served. Justice absolutely has to be served. And so, um, y'all, whew, I can only imagine what these families are going through. So again, can we do whatever it is possible? I know I asked you guys. I hope I don't ask you guys for a lot, but if we can do this, that would be absolutely great. Please, please, please. Again, if you need the thumbnail without me being present on the screen, I did post it to my community wall. You are more than welcome to go grab that thumbnail and use it. You are more than welcome to do so because again, we have to make sure that these families get the justice that they absolutely deserve. Okay, and so tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day, and it's like another day that this family goes without justice for the loved one. And so, again, I'm gonna keep on fighting for Miss Tiffany Carter, um, and also for Miss Salamandra Robinson and Mr. Robinson, Mr. Bernard Robinson as well. Again, because I could imagine being in these places. I've had some unfortunate unalivings in my family, but nothing tops the fact that your daughter went on vacation thinking that she was going on vacation with a group of friends, gonna have a good time, come back because they had Shaquilla's sister revealed to us that they had a family vacation planned around her birthday, okay, to celebrate her birthday. And the young lady didn't get to do that. But I seen a video of that Elise Hyatt girl out partying and all of that kind of stuff. And again, these people get to sit down and eat comfortably, celebrate holidays, and all of that stuff. Whereas Miss Salamandra doesn't get good sleep because she's still fighting to get answers about what happened to our daughter. And then that situation is even harder because again, we got to worry about two different countries, the United States versus Mexico. You know, and so it's a lot to kind of piece together and figure out what's going on there. And for Mr. Rasheem Carter, again, it really goes to show you that if you stand and living in these sundown towns, listen, and don't get me wrong, because I am from Texas and we do have sundown towns here in Texas, and a lot of the sundown towns have a lot of work in them, and a lot of high paying jobs, a lot of very dangerous jobs at that, because you guys know that there was a time where the oil field was really big here in Texas. And so again, you're running into a situation where, listen, if y'all living in them sundown towns, do whatever you got to do to get your tail out of it because they don't like black people, and ain't nothing you can do to ever make them like black folks. That's facts. That's facts. So, hey Tam, hey Ramel, what's going on, sis? What's going on, sis? They might be out partying, doing whatever they doing. I know it's hard for them to sleep. I know her spirit, torturing them. Listen, I've said this time and time again. I just want whatever they do that they don't ever do it comfortable. I don't even want them to go piss and be comfortable. I hope it burns. I hope it burns. I hope it burns so bad you can't even continue. I do. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel because again, at the end of the day, y'all brutally sat there and attacked, and then friends, so-called friends, allowed it to happen without stopping and intervening. I'm about to get activated again. So I, I'm again, I'm not stopping until we get justice for these two beautiful souls. Did I personally know them? No. But I'm putting myself in this situation and in these families' shoes. And again, I'm not going to stop until they get justice. All right. So just to kind of give everybody a rundown, maybe if you're just joining us, we did read the letter from the family and Ben Crump to what's his name? Biden, See that just go to show you, he don't ever even be doing nothing. He don't even be doing nothing. Biden ain't done nothing since he been in office. And then we not even gonna get started on Kamala, no, whatever her name is. She like to play too. She don't do nothing either. Y'all need to be having press conferences with these families, meeting these families, talking to these families, showing them what time it is, and really giving them what they need, giving them the answers that they need. And one thing I do gotta say too, I want y'all to stop playing in these folk face like they done and don't know stuff. These people know their own children. And y'all want to keep playing in these people's face. I have such a big issue with the fact that them people said that this man never showed up to the police department, and he did. He did. So I really get bothered. I really get bothered by this. So again, we're gonna keep doing whatever we have to do to listen, Joyce. That's what I'm saying right there. That's what I'm saying right there. That's how we should be treating this situation, putting ourselves in the shoes of Miss Salamandra Robinson, or putting ourselves in the shoes of Mr. Bernard as well, or putting our shoes, or putting the shoes on of Shanquilla's sister, Miss Quilla Long, or putting our shoes in Miss Tiffany Carter's case. It's a lot. It's a lot. And again, I'm about to leave it alone because I get real activated just thinking about this stuff and thinking about how they like to play in people's face. It ain't cool. So again, if you are active on Twitter, if you're active on Facebook, if you're active on Instagram, whatever that might be, please reshare this thumbnail, or you can create your own thumbnail. Go grab their pictures, create your own thumbnail. But let's not be quiet about it. If we can continuously get up here and talk about mess, we can talk about this too. You know what I'm saying? And really think about getting justice for these families. All right. So with that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. I really, really do. Um, and listen, if you are watching the playback, if you could please, 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 justice for these people when you post something about them, hashtag justice for Shanquilla Robinson and justice for Rasheem Carter. That being said, guys, I will talk to you guys later. And what I'll do is I'll also provide the link for I'll provide the link for the Rasheem Carter's case and article, and I will also provide the link where I did go absolutely read the letter that the family and the attorney Ben Crump then wrote to President Biden. Okay, she says VP racism doesn't exist in the U.S. Yeah, she ain't. I can't do Kamala, Kim, whatever her name is. I can't do her. I can't do her. But with that being said, guys, I am about to go. And again, I appreciate this. We probably will have some more videos. There's a lot more that has come out. But listen, justice for these individuals. All right, y'all. I'm out.